and welcome to Kerry's Cards. Thanks for popping along today to try out this tutorial. Hopefully it's one that you'll enjoy, and so let's get crafting. So what are we going to make today? We are going to make a stand-up or pop-up card that when it's folded flat will fit into a normal C6 envelope. So the dimensions are 4 inches wide and it comes to probably about 5 inches in diameter, in length. And the idea is that it folds flat, but it looks a little bit fun when you pop it up and down. So you can write a note on the front and one on the back. Oh, actually, I haven't put them on the back of this one. This is the other one that we've got here. I've got a few that I've made to give you an idea of different ways that it can look. Again, here I'm using the hot air balloons from the hot air balloon die set and stamp range, mixing it in with some few flowers. Here's another one that I've made using, oh God, what's this one called? I can't remember. Beach Day dies. So you can see there, again, different layers, different dimensions, but it folds nice and flat. And you can write your notes on the back. Now I've put a little palm tree, no, not a palm tree, an umbrella on the back of that one. And another one to show you as well, just so you can see different ways. It doesn't always have to be pretty flowered papers. You can make it masculine as well. So this one is using the trusty tool dies, which are currently free within the Stampin' Up celebration at the moment. But there we are, it's a nice folds flat one again, but great for a dad, or turn that pink and you can have it for a female. It's up to you. You write your note on the back, but they all fold flat. So that's the basics of them. So this was the designing process. It started looking like this, was my idea. However, it was too top heavy at the back, so it would fall down. So by adding a second layer in at the front, you can see there I've got 2 layers. And actually it works really well because you can have different dimensions then rather than just one. So that was my prototype. So we've got to start somewhere, haven't we? And then these are the ones I went on to make a little bit later on once I'd got used to it. These papers at the back of here are like graduated papers, which I think have worked quite well. Looks like a sunset maybe in the back on that one. Gives you some ideas. This one here as well, you'll see that the paper goes all the way to the edge. Whereas on this one I've done here, you've got a little border. So in the description below, I'll give you the measurements for both so you can work out which way you want for your own card to look. This one, again, it goes all the way up to the edges. The paper does, there's no gap. And this one here, we've got the edge round. So let's get crafting. So what will you need? You will need some pattern papers. Again, I'm going to use some pattern papers that are currently free from the Stampin' Up celebration that's happening at the moment. And we're going to use a piece of card. Now the card stock needs to be, we're going to cut it using our trimmer. I'll just get rid of the pretty pattern papers out of the way. Your cardstock needs to be 4 inches by 6.5 inches. So let's get that cut now with my trimmer. So we'll go 6.5 inches by 4 inches. Then we're going to score at 1 1/4. Let's just check I've done that right. 1 1/4 on either side here. So this is our basic layer of the card. Then we need to make our stands that are going to go in there. So using our strip of paper I've got left here, this needs to be 5 inches long. And then, what's the score currently? Perfect. So 5 inches long, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch on each side. And sorry, the width of this, we're going to cut it now. This is just about right in terms of size. I'm going to cut it so it's 1 inch. One piece is 1 inch by 5 inches. And this piece should be 3/4 of an inch, and I've done that by absolute fluke. I haven't done that by any chance of measurements. So you will have 2 pieces to create the steps. The back piece is going to be 1 inch, the front piece is going to be 3/4 of an inch thick. That was pure chance that happened, so quite pleased with that. So that's all we're going to need there. We will also need some white card for our back of our the one I didn't put one on, so the back, so we can write our greetings on. And this needs to be 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square. So I'm just going to cut 2 out of one strip, and then get a second one so that I can then do the back of the card that doesn't have anything on. So this is for this card and this is for that one over there. Keep that strip of paper that's left there because that could be great for the greeting. Whilst we have our card and everything and our trimmer still ready, we need to do our patterned pieces of paper. Now, on this one, I'm going to make sure the patterned paper goes all the way to the edges. So we're going to copy this example here. So I'm going to get a scrap of paper. Any bits of paper will do. Maybe I'm going to do that purpley background one for now. And it needs to be 4 inches or just shy of 4 inches by 4 inches. And I say just shy because the back piece is 4 inches by 4 inches. And if it's exactly 4 inches, it's going to be a little bit snug. So that piece is going to go in there. Perfect. And then these pieces here, I'm going to go, that's the middle one and that's the front one. So I'm going to repeat the pattern on this front one. So this is currently 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. So we'll do a 3/4 of an inch piece here. And make sure that's 4 inches. Perfect. So that's going to go on that one. And then this one, I'm going to turn it round. And this needs to be 1 inch thick by 4 inches. Perfect. Okay. Put that one down and trim it out of the way because that's all the bits that we need. Now, before we start putting everything together, I'm going to glue the base layer or the patterned paper onto each of the components. So that one goes in there. Then we're doing the darker one on the middle. Now, if you want to do these bits with a little bit of an edge round like we have on this version, I'll give you the measurements are in the information below or up on the screen now as you're looking. So you can pause the video and look at what those measurements are. There'll be quite a lot of information there for you. So there we are. Okay, let's put our note on the back. Oh, I'm nearly out of glue. Okay, let's get myself another glue. I think that one's empty too. Let's keep going with this. So that's the back, that's the front. Now we need to take our scored edges and burnish them so that they're nice and tight because this is going to be a moving card. When we put it into the envelope, we need it to fold flat. So we need to make sure that our score lines are nice and tight. And then we're just going to put a little bit of glue on each of these bits. And the first layer, we're going to do the 1 inch one first. And we're going to take that and we're going to pop the glue on the edge there so it's parallel or level with the bottom, and lay it down flat so that it's level, and then bring it over and lie that down flat like that. Then we'll push this one over, and what that will do is it'll hold it in place. And then we'll, see, she says when the glue's dried, obviously. Let's give it a chance to dry. And then that should, and we'll do it the other way as well, just to make sure it's nice and tight. So that gives us our movement air that we can see there. And then we'll do exactly the same again with the front layer. And we'll do exactly the same as what we did on this one, except this time we want it to marry up and buff up to the first one that we popped in. Open that out so that it's level with the other side. Hold it in place just for a little bit, so it's looking like that, and that it's also flush to the bottom. And then when you think you're ready, just fold it down flat again. Make sure any glue and score lines are all just right, she says. Now I've used wet glue because that's my preference, but you might want to use double-sided. But I think you've got a little bit of wriggle room while you try and make sure that your glue is in the right place. Whereas if it's double-sided tape and you put it in the wrong place, it can be quite tricky to undo. So that's our basic mechanism of our folding card. Now you'll notice mine has got a little angle on it. It's quite simple how I've done this. It's not rocket science. I've just taken a really big pair of scissors, gone from where that point is there up to this point here. And the bigger the scissors, the better it is because it's a nice straight cut. If you use the smaller scissors, you're going to have to do quite a few cuts to go down and it won't be quite as straight. Whereas if you just take it and go for it, it's a technical term, go for it, then that gives you that option that you've got there to put the size on. Now you could go something fancy, you could cut that off beforehand if you wanted. But I think we don't need to overcomplicate it. Now we're going to use this stamp set here. I've already die cut some bits and pieces, and I've already got some clouds as well die cut out in my little box. So I'm going to put some clouds on the background. I'm using some foam pads to give it another bit of 3D-ism, if that's a technical term. Some nice clouds there. And then the one thing I haven't actually got here, let's just go and get this one, is, but you won't see this very well because it's clear acetate. And basically I've just cut a little strip off here, so about 1/2 inch wide and probably about 1.5 inches in length. And what this is going to do here, we're going to adhere our balloon on. So let's take our balloon here and layer it up. So we're going to do a lovely little heart balloon, a little bit of glue on the back. Not too much because it's quite a thin die, and otherwise it will squish out as you pop it on. Layer it up. Wipe away some of the glue. There we are. And then a spare heart there just in case I make a mistake. Where did the clear acetate bit go? There it is, got it. So my clear acetate, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the top there, and that is for me to stick my balloon on. So you can just see the top bit there. So it's about 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue there for my basket. Then I'm going to put some glue on the bottom piece of the acetate, and I'm going to rest this on the inside, but just up a little bit so that it looks like the balloon is actually floating. And just hold it in place for a little bit. And then when it pops up, you see there it stands up nice and tall. Okay. And pop that one over there. Then what shall we do? I think we've got some little bits of bunting here. So I might put some bunting across behind it so it's trailing like it's coming down. I'm just going to stick that on the back. This is entirely up to you now how you want to play the card. I'm going to put some on the other side as well. Looks like there's bunting going now. It probably doesn't stand up very well there, but you can possibly see. And then we will just do a little stamped image. I'm going to actually pop something across. I like the way the wording is across there along the bottom. So I think that should we do Big Wish on this one, on this piece here. Let's see, we'll do both and we'll see what we decide. There we go. And I'm going to do it in Highland Heather. I think it's got to go that way around. Big Wish. Let's pop that on there. And then let's get some foam pads over here. We'll put one there. One in the middle. I need to make sure that that is up high enough because that's going to be the bottom. There we go. Cool. So that is all the layers done there. Actually, what might be nice is let's put a big cloud down there. Like so, to make it look like it's going through the clouds, and we'll put one at the front there. There we have a little, very quick to do pop-up card. Ooh, that's got stuck underneath there we are. That should be nice for somebody. And we can then just pop that away over there. What's this got? Let's get this glue. Oh, look, which one? This one. There we are. And it's flattened enough to write on as well, so that's good. This one I've put some flowers in, so it looks like it's going through a flower bed. What haven't I done? I haven't put any sparkles on. Let's put some sparkles on as well. These are my favourite at the moment, the Riverside Irregular Pearls. They just pick any colour, and it just picks up any colour that you're using. I'm going to go for this one. And you pop them down. Let's maybe put one at the front as well. There we go. So there we have a really quick, fun 3D pop-up card that fits nicely into a small envelope. Hopefully you'll have fun making your own. Here's a couple of the other examples, remember, that we made. You see, it doesn't always have to be heart-shaped balloons. It can be other stuff as well. enjoy crafting, and hopefully you like, share and subscribe, and let me know if you have any comments. Many thanks. Enjoy making. Bye bye.